Recently, Ethan Klein seems to be in controversy after controversy, and today he's received massive backlash for some of the comments that he made about the NRA. So much so that people are now once again calling for him to be banned from YouTube permanently. What's crack, it's VangelinaSkov, and today we're going to be talking about some of the things that Ethan Klein recently said and why it is so controversial. Before we do actually get into what Ethan himself said, I think most of you, if not all of you, are aware of what happened in Texas recently at an elementary school. A few days ago there was a school shooting, and as far as I'm aware there were 19 children and 2 adults killed. It's really horrific and awful and tragic, and I haven't really known what I should say about it myself, because I feel like saying anything in these situations is just not particularly helpful, because when something awful happens, I feel like I'm repeating myself, just saying that it's terrible and I'm so sorry to everybody involved. But I have donated myself, and there's going to be a link in the description to different fundraisers that you can donate to help the families that were affected by this. Even if you have €1 or $1 to spare, then that's really helpful, and if not, then you can go ahead and share the link for the fundraisers with friends or family or on social media just to get it circulated, and maybe somebody else can donate. But because of everything that happened, obviously a lot of people on social media are once again discussing gun laws in America. And look, personally, it's not something that I feel educated enough on to give you any kind of reasonable, well thought out opinion on. I am a European, I live in Europe, and I've always lived in Europe. And I live in Ireland where our police don't even have guns, so it's really a foreign concept for me. But I have kept up as much as I can with what people are saying about getting rid of guns, regulating them, or our freedom, blah blah blah. You guys know what the arguments are. But Ethan Klein decided to weigh in on this, and some of the things that he said have sparked a lot of backlash, with people saying that he is now inciting violence. I'm going to read you a little bit of a snippet from an article from the Post-Millennial who wrote about what Ethan said. YouTuber Ethan Klein calls for bombing of NRA conference. I want to keep this lighthearted, even though it's not lighthearted, so I'm just going to point out the fact that I'm trying really hard not to say N or A, because then all the comments are going to be like, why are you saying or? So NRA. Am I doing it right? Saw there was a big protest outside the NRA meeting, which was good, Klein said Friday. Do we have any insight into what they're actually talking about there at the NRA meeting that's today in Texas? Someone should bomb that building. That is the quote from Ethan Klein. He says exactly when and where this meeting is taking place, and then makes a comment inciting violence in that area, just after he's told people when and where it's happening. Now, obviously, the NRA is a very controversial thing. However, I think most people can agree that bombing this meeting is not going to do anything good and would actually just be a very bad thing. But anyway, here's the actual clip of Ethan himself saying this.
Outside the NRA meeting, which was good. Do we have any insight into what they're actually talking about there at the NRA meeting that's today in Texas? Someone should bomb that building.
So I think you can see why people were a little bit mad about this, and obviously some people are saying he didn't say anything wrong and they're defending him, while others are saying this is awful, why hasn't he been taken off the platform yet? Now, he himself did backtrack after this and said, actually don't do that, sorry, that's a bad thing, and here's him saying that.
Someone should bomb that building. Okay,
don't.
I'll roll that back.
Roll that back immediately.
Everything but violence.
Just rewind time.
Let me...
Can we cut back?
I got a little carried away there. Nobody bombed the building. All right, I take that back. Thank you. I took it a little too. I got a little passionate there. Let's roll it back.
How do we go back in time?
Rewind time. Yeah, let's protest that building.
And while some people say that this is evidence enough that he didn't really mean what he said, he just made a throwaway comment and then regretted it, other people seem to be of the opinion that this was just him covering his ass, essentially, so that he doesn't get in trouble with YouTube, or even potentially in legal trouble. But back to this article. His calls for violence also don't end with his bombing proposal. Klein encouraged his young audience to engage in physical confrontation with NRA supporters and Republicans. More people need to get loud. More people need to get angry. way. Get in people's effing faces, he said. Which again, a lot of people are saying this isn't going to solve anything, this is just polarizing people even more than they're already polarized. Because if you're encouraging people to fight with each other and disagree with each other and scream their beliefs at each other and get in people's effing faces, you're just making it harder and harder for these people to be able to see the other person's perspective and to be able to listen and come to some sort of agreement or understanding and fix the very, very obvious issues. Klein further encouraged violence against Texas Governor Greg Abbott, who was paralyzed, saying, "I hope that someone puts a stick in his effing wheelchair and he tumbles out of his seat. Send Abbott down a hill with nobody to hold the back of his wheelchair." Which is a very, very not okay comment to make about somebody who is paralyzed. You can hate the person, you can disagree with their politics, all of that, but it's quite horrible to say that you hope somebody will put a stick in his wheelchair and let him fall down a hill with nobody to help him. Klein prefaced his calls for violence by promoting sales of his new shirts, which read "End Gun Violence." Klein's video violates a number of YouTube's community guideline policies, including hate speech against the disabled, incitement of violence, and harmful or dangerous content policies. Many YouTubers have been banned or demonetized for much less offensive violations of YouTube's guidelines, but Klein has been accused of receiving special treatment from YouTube. His account received strikes for violating the platform's harassment policy in 2021, but he's received no significant lasting consequences for his dangerous behavior. Klein routinely calls for the banning or demonetization of fellow YouTubers. In a video just last month titled "The LeBron Family Should Be Kicked Off YouTube," Klein demanded a family channel be removed for posting a pro-life documentary. Even if you disagree with that video, it doesn't actually break any guidelines as far as I'm aware. It is at the end of the day somebody's more extreme opinion. But like I said about this whole thing, some people are saying that Ethan's just being taken out of context, or even that he's right in what he's saying and that we need to go to extreme measures to protect people from gun violence, while others are of course saying that it's disgusting that he's saying this. Not only is he inciting violence himself, he's also being ableist, and on top of that he's breaking multiple guidelines on YouTube but is remaining on the platform, although the video itself has been taken down by YouTube. But do let me know in the comments what you think about all of this. Which side of the argument are you on when it comes to what Ethan said? And while you're down there doing that, then please do subscribe and turn on all notifications not personalized with that little bell button. Thank you so much. If you'd like to support this channel, then there is a link in the description for both Patreon and the YouTube memberships. Or if you'd like to keep up with me, you can follow me on social media. I'm VangelinaSkov everywhere, and you can also find my vlog channel down in the description as well, where there should be a new video going up today. And final thing before I go, once again, please do check out the fundraisers and donate if you can. And if you can't, then consider sharing it so maybe somebody else will find it and can donate. Anyway, that's going to be it from me for now, so do have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.